Hi Gypsies, this is Joy, back for another reading. This one is going to be what does your next boyfriend or girlfriend think about sex, money, and children? And you'll notice that those three things, sex, money, and children, are the main reasons why people get divorced. And so I thought that might be a helpful question to have. You're going to have three pouches to choose from. The first one is this caramel colored snakeskin looking pouch. The next one is this Microsuede pouch with sequined flowers. And the last one is this snakeskin looking pouch, and it has like gold flecks in the background, so it's sort of sparkly. Once again, Gypsies, thank you so much for coming to my channel and watching. I really appreciate it. And pick your pouch that you like, that most speaks to you, and I'll see you on the other side. Hi Gypsies, this is Joy. You are group 1 and you chose this caramel colored snakeskin fabric pouch. And we are looking at the question, what does your next boyfriend or girlfriend think about sex, money, and children? And as I say, they are the main issues which cause divorce. So I thought it would be a pretty important question to ask. We're going to pull a card to see what their state of mind is right now. Then we're going to look at the sex, money, and children part of it. And then I'm going to do a channel, and I'm going to ask to see how this person grew up and how it will affect what their decisions are, okay? So let's go ahead and start with the channel. Okay, that was pretty wild. Okay, so I noticed at the very beginning of this that I was riding the pen up and down and up and down and up and down like that. And I realized those were blades of grass. And then I realized that this boy or girl, for your next boyfriend or girlfriend, was cutting grass. And then I saw that they were very entrepreneurial. They were very good at making money, at working hard. So just right up front, this is somebody that you can be very proud of because they accept responsibility, and they most likely would never, if you were to get involved with this person, they'd never let you starve. However, what I felt very strongly with them is what's good for the goose is good for the gander, okay? So they are very not tight, like they don't ever want to buy any presents or anything, but they really watch their money and they budget. And they got this sense from some kind of a father figure. Maybe it might have been their father, grandfather, or somebody, a neighbor, some kind of a figure that let them know what to do to make money, and they listen to them. And I know myself included, a lot of young people won't listen to older people because they think they don't know. Well, this person does. This person does listen to whomever this mentor is, and they're going to listen to them through their whole life. They're going to ask them questions, their advice and all of that. So just know that if you were to get involved with this person, that they would expect you to also work hard, to also be willing to sacrifice, and then be able to be with them to enjoy the spoils later, maybe going on a cruise or a nice vacation because you saved money. So just know that that's what they're looking for, and that's going to make the marriage happy in that aspect, in the money aspect. I don't know about the other two, but at least that I felt very strongly for them, okay? So let's go ahead and open our pouch and see what we've got here, okay? All right. So let's go ahead and spray the ylang lang. This is a scent which provides release from feelings of depression and anxiety. Oh, I'm feeling that with this person because they are very concerned with making money and watching it. Sometimes they can get a little anxious. Relaxes the body and soul and induces feelings of joy. They're also saying it's an aphrodisiac too, which is good for the sex part. Nice. Okay. So there we go with that one. Now, one thing I saw immediately is this. And the very first hit I got with this was snake. Okay? So they are very aware of being tempted. They are, it is at least in their mind when they meet a woman or a certain situation, they definitely will stand back and they will look at it and they will decide if it's worthwhile for them to go forward. So they're always looking for the Matahari or the woman or the thing that's going to take them away from what they feel like is their goal. Okay, this is a very centered individual, and I'm feeling that they are a lot older in their thinking than other people, and they were happy to sacrifice as children, as teenagers, not to do things that other teenagers were doing just to save money. Okay, so what thing that would really cause a lot of pain and suffering for this individual would be to be with somebody that they felt did not have their same ideas about money, saving money, and all that. Okay, so just FYI. All right, so this is here's E3. This is their stone, E3. Let's take a look at that. Okay, this is a blue spot jasper. Spiritually, has strong healing and grounding powers. Doesn't surprise me. And promotes courage, inner strength, and encourages calmness. This really feels like this individual. Very strong individual, very unusual, especially for a young person to be so centered. I wasn't. I sort of wish I had met somebody like this. So, let's see. This is in there too. I'm feeling like this person, I'm feeling like they've got this burning desire, and it's not just like greed with money. It's not that. It's they came in, I guess you'd call them an old soul, because they came in with this burning desire. They know what they want, and boy, they hit the ground and ran. There's no walking for this person, okay? No walking. So, they're intense, and this is intense. Look at that red. Look at that red. And, okay, I'm getting this too. When they're in a conversation with somebody that they think is lying to them or wasting their time, they will not have a problem with calling that person out. Okay? Now, some people might be insulted about that and angry, but this person does not like to waste time. They feel like they have a limited time on this earth. They've got a goal or goals, and they don't want their time wasted. Okay? So this is where they are right now. Let's look at the card for where they are right now. Solitude. And this is upside down. So for many years, they've not had a problem with being with one friend or maybe even by themselves, and enjoyed solitude and thinking, and maybe even having this friend of theirs, this older friend who gave them advice. They were fine with that, okay? But it feels like now they are ready to move forward and think about a serious kind of relationship. And this is how they do things in their life. They decide it's time. So whether it's monetary. They feel like it's time. They're set up. Their loans are paid or whatever. But they were in solitude and now they're not. Okay? And this is not in any way to say that they're like suddenly unhappy because they don't have somebody with them. No, not. This is just they feel like it's time now. And by the way, if you've got any issues that you're, especially money, if you were to meet this person and you have any issues like student loans that aren't paid and all that, it is best with this person to be right up front, because it feels like they don't, I almost want to say forgive easily. They don't forgive easily. But the thing is, it's not that they're mean and they won't forgive you. It's they're not going to forget that you lied to them. And this is very, very important to them. And they don't want to be with somebody that's going to hold them back from their goals once again. Okay? So we're going to first look at the sexual aspect. Okay? All right. This is 7 of Swords, and this is upside down. An Ace of Wands, and this is upside down. This is the cross card on sex. Now we're going to look at money. Oh, good card for them. Money. This is the Magician, Major Arcana. Doesn't surprise me. And Knight of Swords. That's the cross card. And then the last one we're going to look at is Children. Justice. This is upside down. And the Star. Okay, let me look at this for a second here. Well, of course, the first thing that stands out for me with all this talk about money and this person, this is really strongly saying that this particular person knows all kinds of gifts that they have that will bring in abundance and bring in financial abundance, and they're using them. They know what to do. And like I said, they don't mind working hard. They want you to work hard too. Okay? And okay, that's what, see how there's 2 on there? They're waiting for somebody. They're maybe waiting for you if you feel like this is the kind of person that you want to be with. They were used to riding alone, and now they want this other person on their back. On the horse's back, I should say. And they're already ready to go. Okay? The horse is going. And they don't want to hardly wait. They just want it to get done so that they can continue moving forward. This person's on fire. Okay, so let's look at the sexual part. Okay, so what I'm feeling like with this is, okay, I'm feeling like this very, very strongly. Okay, this is not somebody that you want to be deceitful and dishonest with. If you've got a problem with them in the love romance department, they expect you to say it to them. As hard as it might be, they expect you to be right up front the way they are. And they expect you to talk about it with them and, let it go. But they will not abide by somebody who will go behind their back and start texting an old boyfriend or something like that. They won't even hardly give you a discussion about it or anything. They'll just walk away because you're wasting their time. You're wasting their time. And yeah, I feel that very strongly in the sexual romance area. Okay? So don't test them, because they're not even going to argue with you. They're not even going to like spy on you or whatever. They'll ask you directly. This person is very direct, and they will come right to your face and ask you. And don't lie to them. Don't lie to them. It's not worth it. It's not worth. This is a very quality person, I have to say. Very, very quality person. I've got a feeling in the justice area, or in the children area. Do you see this star? Do you see the young girl? I have a feeling this is their prodigy. This is their child. And yes, they do want children. They don't want too many. It sounds like maybe 2 children. But it sounds like that is part of their plan, is to have children that will be good to the environment, that will further along good things for the earth. And this feels like yours and their daughter, you know, if you decide to be with this person. And if you can't have kids for whatever reason, they'll be fine with adopting too. I have a feeling with this, especially with this is upside down. In the child area, I have a feeling like they feel this is part of their goals in life. They feel like there's a lot of injustice in this world, and that is part of their goal, is to even it out. And this is going to be done with bringing children into the world that will help. Wow. Yeah, so this person is really looking for a partner. But, and do you see how both of the people on this horse are even and they look the same? That's how they will treat you. They expect a lot out of themselves, but they expect a lot out of you too. So just make sure that if you decide to be with this person, that you are willing to put all in, okay? Because they are, and that's what they're going to expect. Let's look at some of these little fairy cards and see what else we've got here. Okay. Yeah, and this is definitely them, the Emperor, sitting on the throne with the 4 very stable legs, and they're quite comfortable with making decisions. Sometimes they can come off as arrogant because they are so knowledgeable, and like I said, they're not going to waste time with people that are lying to them or blowing things out of proportion. They want facts so that they can move forward and achieve their goals. So they're really not arrogant. They just don't want their time wasted. They consider their time very important, which I think is lovely. And oh boy, and this came up again. Do you see this 7 of Swords? It's the same as this in the romance sex field. Please do not be dishonest with this person. It's not even going to be worth your time to do it, because it will end right there. It will end. And they can tell. That they're pretty intuitive. That they can tell if you're lying to them or not. So, okay. Let's see. Gypsies, go ahead and relax in your chair. Let me do a quick bit of Reiki. Woo, I can feel the energy coming out of my hands. So I hope the best for you, Gypsies. I want you to be happy and to find somebody that you're very comfortable and happy with. And just know that you are whole by yourself. You don't have to have somebody to be whole. You are whole. That's how you were made. And it feels like this person that I was just describing is whole as well. So if you feel up to the task, I just hope that you are with this wonderful person and they're able to appreciate you for the wonderful person that you are. Okay? All right, Gypsies. Thank you very much. And I will see you in the next couple of days for the next reading. Bye. Hi, Group 2. You chose the Microsuede sequined flower pouch. And let's see what's in our pouch. We've got our cards there. Let me go ahead and dump this out. Okay. Okay, first thing I'm getting really, really strong is a person that is definitely their own person. They just don't care what other people think, okay? They have a childlike side of them, which I think is really, I love that. I love that about people. And they're not afraid to admit it. I'm feeling like cartoons. Do they still like some certain cartoons? I don't know. It's really, really cute. And they have a definitely soft spot for their mother. I can feel that too. And they're very spiritual people. So that's wonderful. All right, now let's first do a channeled reading. And of course, we're answering the question, what does your next boyfriend, girlfriend think about sex, money, and children? Okay, so hopefully what I see in my third eye will show us what they went through as a child to give us an idea of where they stand on those issues. Okay, 1 second. Well, first of all, I really enjoyed this person's energy, okay? I saw an outline of a leaf, and I'm thinking, okay, where is this going? Do they love nature? Well, they do love nature, but I kept feeling them flying. They're just flying. And one of the things that I also saw in my third eye is they're distracted by beauty, by what they can see in nature. So if they happen to be talking to somebody that maybe has their future in their hands, for instance, and it's really important that they listen to this person, right? Well, if you just flash before them like the Grand Canyon, they're not listening to that person or anything. They're going to pay attention to the Grand Canyon. And I felt like they're just flying around. This is a free spirit. This is the definite one word for this person. They are a free spirit. They're very wonderful people, very kind, very gentle, but it's like they cannot be distracted from that, from the next adventure. And they're not trying to be selfish or anything like that. It's just they can't help themselves. Okay? So the scent that we're going to spray is the Ylang Lang. It provides release from feelings of depression and anxiety while relaxing the body and soul and inducing feelings of joy. And the oil, it's also an aphrodisiac. So let's go ahead and very nice. All right, now the stone for this person, this is an E5. Okay, it's a picture jasper. So let me show you that. Isn't that cool with the band in there, the brown band? So that's a picture jasper. It's a powerful grounding stone that promotes connection to the earth. And actually, this person feels very, very much in tune with nature, very much loving of nature. Some view this stone as a direct message from the earth itself. Wow. Wow. That's a powerful message from beyond. I love that. That is just so cool. All right. Let's look at the overreaching card for them to see where they are right now, okay? Suffering in silence. You know what I'm getting from this? Do you see how this person is looking out at the landscape there? and they're not moving. This is what I'm getting. This was upside down. I'm feeling like something is stopping them, and they're not used to this. Like I say, they're a free spirit. They're somehow they're in some kind of a situation that is stopping them from doing what they normally would do, which would be to go off on their adventures. Something is stopping them, and this is something that they're resentful about, as much as they can be resentful, because this kind of person doesn't feel like they would harbor grudges, but they're definitely not in a very happy place. I don't know what this is, whether they feel like they have to stay in a job that they don't like, whether they're maybe they're helping somebody out and so they can't go off on their normal adventures. I don't know, something is stopping them, and they're not liking it. Okay, they're not liking it. Okay, so we're gonna first look at sex, money, and children, and let's see what cards come up for those. Okay, we've got a Knight of Wands. This is upside down, and this is sex. This is the sex part, and this is the cross card, Six of Swords. All right, now we're looking at money, Ten of Cups, and Five of Swords. This is upside down. Oh, I got a hit right there. Okay, now the last one is children, the Star. This is upside down, and the Hangman. Oh, yeah, this is upside down too. Okay, that last one, these are two major arcana, it's both upside down. All right, so the money category, which is in the middle, these two middle cards, okay? Ten of Cups and Five of Swords. Okay, I'm getting a very, very strong hit that as far as money goes, they would much rather be happy and free than have a bunch of money. And I'm feeling that very, very strongly. Money is not a big motivator for them. Happiness is. And happiness means going off on adventures and all of that. Now, okay, so I'm feeling with this right here that they're being told, well, to have your adventures, you've got to have money. So they put up with the jobs, with constrictions of the job, to get money to go off on their adventures. Okay? So these are not people, well, this is a person that doesn't feel like they're a big saver. They plan up until their next adventure, and then they spend the money, and then they do it again. Okay? This is what this person does. Yeah, and it feels like they had a situation where they maybe overspent, or maybe put too much money on a credit card to go off on one of these adventures, and then they had, this is feeling to me like rules of credit cards or something. Credit card rules says to this person, hey, you got to pay us back. Okay, so they learned a lesson. Okay, and this is in the money area. Okay, so that's something to think about. This is somebody that likes to enjoy themselves, go off on their adventures, enjoy life. That is their goal, one of their very main big goals. Okay, now I'm feeling like in the sex romance area, okay, they are feeling definitely restless, like they are looking for a companion. You know, they don't mind doing this. This is upside down, by the way. They don't mind doing these adventures and things like that on their own, but it feels like they're getting restless, and they are looking for somebody to share these experiences with. Okay, these, yeah, and I can feel that. I can feel that sense of maybe a little bit of loss, maybe a little bit of boredom that they're actually surprised about, because they're doing things that they normally like to do, and all of a sudden it's just not working like it was. And actually, at this point right now, I'm feeling like this person is earning the money to go off on their next adventure right now, okay? And so, hence the suffering and silence, okay? So they know they got to do it, but they're not real happy about it, because this is not what their joy in life is, okay? They'd feel great if they married somebody with a lot of money, I would imagine. I'm just kidding, okay? I'm just kidding. Now, I'm feeling like in the child area that this is just not something that they've thought about too much. And actually, I'm getting from this card that I don't know that you're going to be able to change their mind about this. Ever since they were a child, this individual has longed to do adventures, and it's not like they dislike children, because they don't. They're actually pretty good with children. It's just that they realize that it will sort of impede what they want to do. Okay, they're just being honest. Okay? All right, so let's just look at some of these little cards here and see if we're getting... All right. Oh, and I'm getting this Hangman again. This was this one right here. This is regarding children. And I think this is a reminder about the children aspect, that this person is not likely to change their mind about that. Okay? And then we've got this card here, and it looks like he's waiting impatiently for these plants to grow up, which would be money for him, so he can go off on his next adventure. I keep saying he, it could be a girl too. So, well, and this is talking about marriage here, the Hierophant. So this could be your type of person. Just know that going in, that they are this way, and think about what you want out of life. And it may be that you may decide, because this is definitely up to you, that this might be more of a friend for you, or a fun time. Just know that going in, and then you won't be disappointed if you're, for instance, what you feel about having children. You want to have a bunch of children. Well, this person doesn't. Well, you can know that going in, and it won't be a big surprise. Don't go in thinking that you're going to change their mind. Okay? Because if the thing is, if you know that they really would rather not have children, is it right for you to talk them out of that? I mean, do you want to be talked out of what you believe? I don't know. Think about that. Think about that. All right, gypsies, go ahead and please go ahead and lean back in your chairs, and let me send you some energy, some healing Reiki energy. Oh, I can see it shooting out of my hands right now. And it's floating out there into the ether, and it's finding each one of you. And it's going through your hair really gently, like the breeze, and being a little playful and loving you. And I guess this might just be a lesson in accepting people the way they are, because you want to be accepted the way you are as well. You want people to love you for who you are and not who they want you to be. Okay, and sometimes that's a hard thing to accept, but there's lots and lots of people out there. And besides that, you don't need to be with another person for you to be the wonderful person you are. You already are wonderful. You already are. Okay? Thank you, Gypsies. That was wonderful, and I'll see you in a couple of days for another reading. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this reading. Thank you. Bye. Hi, Gypsies. You are group 3. You chose the Faux Snakeskin fabric pouch. It has some little gold flecks in there, which I love. Let's go ahead and see what we've got in here. We've got our tarot cards, and okay. The fragrance that I'm going to spray is Ylang Ylang. It provides release from feelings of depression and anxiety while relaxing the body and soul and inducing feelings of joy. So let's go ahead and... very nice. All right. So what I'm going to first do is a channel to see what comes in that will let us know a little bit about the background of this person, okay? All right. Okay, that was interesting. You know, I saw a young man at a desk writing, and he had his head like this, like he was trying really, really hard with whatever he was writing. And I felt like he feels like he doesn't measure up. He feels like he's not good enough. And he tries really, really hard. And it's not like he's not a smart guy, because he is. It's just what he thinks about himself. So that's sort of a shame when somebody thinks that way about themselves. But this would be somebody that would be very devoted, it sounds like. All right. Let's go ahead and take... You know, I'm feeling with this... Do you see this leaf? I'm feeling like fall. This is the first time I've gotten this, and I wasn't trying to get this anyway, but it feels like this was meant to be like a fall kind of romance, and into the winter, into December, into Christmas. Okay. Okay. We have this stone here. This is the picture jasper, I believe. And that is E5. Okay. It's a powerful grounding stone that promotes connection to the earth. Some view this stone as a direct message from the earth itself. So this person likes to go outdoors. I'm feeling that too. I'm feeling like they are crafty. They like natural kind of things. I'm seeing like cabin out in the woods, and I'm feeling like this person would want to give you love from now until eternity. It's like they would be very devoted, and I can just feel this with this infinity. All right. Okay, so let's see where they are right now. Okay. Choose wisely. All right, let me look at this one. Okay, I'm feeling with this person, they try so hard. They want to make sure that everything is perfect. They want to be a good provider, if they were a father or a mother. So choosing wisely to them is like life or death. It is extremely important that they do things correctly. And sometimes this can cause them some undue stress because they feel like they can't make a mistake. So that's where they stand right now. They don't want to be wrong. This is like a cardinal sin to them, is to be wrong. Okay, that's tough. That's tough. Okay, so now let's first look at the sex part. Oh, Wheel of Fortune. This is upside down. This is the sex area, sex romance, and this is the cross card, the Tower. These are two major arcanas, by the way. Very strong. All right, now we're going to look at the money aspect. 5 of Wands, upside down. And this is the cross card. 4 of Wands. All right, now this is children. 7 of Swords. And 7 of Cups. Okay. Let me look at this for a second. Okay, now as far as the sex kind of romance part of this, I'm feeling like this person wants to make sure that everything in his life, including the romance part of his life, the sex part of his life, is just all planned out, okay? And this Wheel of Fortune is all about, not knowing what's going to happen. And that like freaks this person out, is not having everything chosen exactly and being in control of everything. And so there's a Tower moment coming, or it already came for this person, saying, hey, not going to happen that way. There are some ups and downs in life. That's what life is all about, okay? Now, as far as the money aspect of that, I've already mentioned before, this person is very much a planner, and so they don't want to make any mistakes, and they really don't like how messy this money situation is for them. I'm not saying that they have money problems. I'm not saying that at all, but they do not want to leave anything to chance. They want to make all the right choices with money, investments, and all of that. And it feels like a mess to them right now, and it's driving them crazy. It looks like they're talking to a bunch of advisors about what to do, and they're just not sure which way to turn yet. And see this choose wisely? It feels like this is what they're talking about. This feels like it feels like in all these situations, the money, the children, the romance, sex kind of thing, they just want to make sure everything is perfect. So they're talking to everybody that they can think of. They're getting all of their ducks in a row, making sure they've got everything all set up, and that's fine. But they don't realize that sometimes, especially with love, it just blossoms wherever, and you're not expecting it. And so either they already have, or they're going to have to accept a Tower moment that's going to say to them, okay, no, life doesn't work that way. It's not perfect like this, okay? Now, as far as children go, I'm feeling very strongly that yes, they would like to have children, but they've got to be careful because of their perfectionist kind of personality. Sometimes they can be very, especially with people, they cannot realize how sharp that they talk to them. So they've got to watch that and not coming across as mean and making the children be perfectionists when kids are just learning, So the 7 of Cups cross card in that child area feels like this is the guide saying, you can be kind. You can be kind to these children and have them grow up very well too. And it's not like this person is mean. They just need to realize these things sometimes. They need to understand how they do come across. Sometimes they do come across a little more harshly than they had ever planned, okay? They don't mean to be mean. All right, let's look at some of this other, and I'm seeing, do you see this Devil card? it feels like this person's got like a devil kind of thinking, putting themselves down. And they've got to watch that. And I'm not surprised about this card at all. Do you see this person laying down? It feels like it's trying to, the guides are trying to say, relax. It's okay. Even if you do choose wrongly, it's a learning experience. So so this person can just relax and enjoy life more. That's what the guides are trying to say. And don't do things like the hard way. Do you see this 10 of Wands? The person is carrying these wands in front of them. They're not even looking up. They're just lugging them around like this. So this person is not realizing how hard he's being on himself. And certainly I seriously doubt that he would, or that this person would want to be harsh with their children as well. But they just need to be aware of how they come across. That's all. But they'd be a wonderful, very loyal person to be with. It's just, you need to be able to kindly give them information about how they're acting, to sort of have them step back a little bit and say, oh, maybe I was a little harsh with my child and I didn't mean to be. Okay, so they need to be taken in hand a little bit, and they need to be told that they are worthwhile, and it's okay for them to make quote unquote mistakes, and that would be something that maybe you could talk to them about. Okay. All right, gypsies, would you please lean back in your chair and let's just relax a little bit, and let me send you some healing Reiki energy, because you're such lovely, lovely people. Ooh, I could feel, oh, wow, I can feel the heat coming out of my hands and then the coolness coming out. Okay. Oh, feel that. Feel that lovely energy surrounding you and sort of rocking you back and forth. And just sort of laughing in your ear a little bit, just telling you that everything's not so serious. Let's just enjoy life a little bit, because life can be very, very wonderful. So just enjoy the lighthearted moments. Okay? All right, gypsies, thank you so much. That was wonderful, and I'll see you in a couple of days for another reading. Please give me a thumbs up if you liked the reading. Bye. Thank you.